Yeah, sir, start.
Good evening, all. This is Daniel Prabhakar, Dean Training and Placement, KG Reddy College of Engineering and Technology. Uh, with an intention of transferring the knowledge from the very well renowned alumni to the college community, student community, uh, we had formed a very strong alumni association at KG Reddy College of Engineering and Technology and Management. So, in this context, as you all know, that the very renowned alumni, uh, it's very difficult for us to bring them to the campus, and spending their time all the way coming to the campus is little challenging task. So in this context, what we found is like it is ideally good having online session and having continuous tech talks kind of thing, monthly two tech talks with the well renowned alumni to be organized is the one strategic plan we had. So, in this context, we have been contacting all the alumni from the 2012 first passed out batch of the KGRD College, and there are a couple of people accepted our invitation. And in this invitation, we are so fortunate to have Mr. Adil Garu considered our invitation and the considered our request to come online, and to he's shown his interest to share his thoughts on the current trends of the job market, and the whatever he feels like it is useful for the current generation. So he prepared well, and in fact he's from now he's live from Canada. As we all know that it's very early hours in the good morning for him, and we are all at evening 6 p.m. And but he's early morning. He has taken pain and came on time, and he joined the call. And we are so happy for you, Mr. Adil Garu, for joining in this call and spending time in preparing the for this session. I hope our students are very fortunate to have this kind of session and the interaction with the people, those who are currently in the market, and they can easily relate with the context what people are talking if they are talking to the alumni. So with this intention, we thought our current students must be getting more benefit out of this kind of sessions, and it's an interactive session. And students, I request all of you to pay good attention to the talk. At the same time, if you have any questions, you can type the questions in the chat box only. You cannot speak. For the convenience to the speaker and the audience, we will read the questions, and or Adil Garu himself, he can read the questions and he will answer the questions. In fact, it's not just a talk; it's a discussion or the interactive session. And in fact, Adil Garu clearly mentioned to me saying, I wanted to answer the students' questions if they have anything. So this is more interactive. So students, I request you to utilize this opportunity, ask questions, meaningful questions, whatever you feel related to the career opportunities or the education, and you can ask the speaker of the day. And here in this call, Mr. Suresh sir will be the coordinating the entire event, and Mr. Chari is the technical coordinator for this, and Mr. Adil Gar is the speaker. So at the end of the session, this Adil Gar will be taking minimum 20 minutes of his talk, and then followed by question and answers, and followed by the vote of thanks by Mr. Suresh Garu. So we'll end up the call maximum within 1 hour in this way. So if you have more questions, I think Adil Garu doesn't have any issues where he can spend time and extend some time also. So with all this, I'm so excited to have this session, and hope our students will have good knowledge KT to them from the Adil Garu. Go ahead, Adil Garu. Thank you so much for coming over here. Let's all welcome Adil Garu to take over the complete floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Daniel, sir. Thank you for your kind introduction first. I'm honored to be a part of this live session. And let me first start by introducing myself to all the students. So I am the first batch of KG Reddy College. I was passed out in the year 2012. Since then, I have been working vastly into IT industry until today. So I have over 10 years of experience as a Linux administrator, cloud administrator, cloud automation engineer, and cloud architect. I've worked on various companies such as Deloitte, Unisys, Genpact. Back in India, back here in US and Canada, I'm working for Verizon and Hilton Hotels and various other companies as a consultant as well. So basically, this live session is regarding the current job opportunity and the current job market, which is back there in India and back here in US and Canada as well. So basically, we are currently focusing on the freshers end. So all the fourth years and third years students, they are going to come out as a fresher. And what are the first things you need to keep in your mind before you apply for a job is before you apply for any IT jobs or any other jobs, you should have the basic what do you call basic. First, the thing is basic communication skills. Second is you should have a good command over any programming and as well as a scripting language such as Java or Python or Terraform or Ansible. If you have these are kind of an entry point for you to get into the IT industries. And coming to the openings, yes, I believe there are pretty much, it's to be honest, yeah, it's difficult for freshers to get into a job which is highly paid. But an entry level, you should be able to get a job if you are good with basic programming skills, which I just mentioned, such as Java and Python, which I believe. So until now, any other questions, folks?
No, Mr. Ravi.
Yeah. So now coming back to the placement, how the placements happen at big companies such as TCS, Accenture, Wipro, Infosys, and all. If you are trying to apply for a programmer's job, for example, in case scenario, you have to, there will be a technical round where you have to go through a programming session where they will give you a paper or a system or an online test or something. You have to program there. So you need to have the basic programming skills, which I again mentioned. And coming to, if anyone is now the current trend in the market is everything is about cloud and DevOps and cloud and DevOps and everything. So basically there are three major cloud service providers. One is the topmost is Amazon, the second one is the Azure, and third one is Google Cloud Platform. So basically you need to practice. These are free tier cloud platforms where you can go ahead and log in and you can practice whatever services you want to use. And also to add one more thing here, all the DevOps tools and the cloud tools require not only the cloud services as well as the backend services such as scripting languages, which is Ansible and Terraform. These are the two main current hot scripting tools which are being used in the current industry right now. And coming to the programming language, Python, Python is basically in the cloud environment. It is used for automation purposes, which is also the hot trending thing in the industry right now. And apart from these tools, you also need to have a good hands-on experience on Git branching strategies as well. So basically, Git is nothing but a repository, many of you know. So basically, there are a lot of things which you can do with Git. That's also, Git is also used on the DevOps side, where you build pipelines using Jenkins or anything. So, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Do you have any other questions? Like I know I'm going very technical things in this, but yes, I'm open to any questions for now. Regarding the job market, yes. So basically, folks, you are aware that there are many engineers which are gonna pass out this year. I'm specifically talking about the fourth year people. They are going to pass out this year and probably next year. Yep, maybe, yeah. So there is a lot of competition out there. Okay, so you have to stand out between the others and yourself. how can you stand out would be your question. In order to stand out, as I mentioned, you have to have the programming skills compulsory in any IT job which you do. If you don't have that, it will be difficult for you to secure a job. That's for sure. And coming to your resume preparation, which I would recommend, the current trend which is running right now is just mention if you have any certification. I would say that please pursue any form of cloud certification or any form of SAP or ITIL certification or something that puts a lot of weight on your resume. And yes, any other questions? Sir, are there any questions in the chat or somewhere?
Not yet, Mr. Adil.
Yeah. So pretty much it. And coming to the education side, which if any of the students wants to pursue higher education, whether it can be USA or Canada, I would suggest the students, the younger students, to go to USA because there is a lot of market and opportunity out there. If you are going to pursue a master's in computer science in USA, after which you will eventually secure a job which will fetch you up to $150,000 a year. So in order to do that, you have to be proficient in all the tools which I mentioned right now. And if anyone wants to know the procedure on how to get a admission into any of the foreign universities, I can definitely guide you here on this call. And if you have any questions on how to secure a job in IT industry back in India, I'm open to any of the other questions too. Yes, Jaswin.
Yeah.
Jaswin, I see your hand raised.
Go ahead, Adil Garu. I think it's not a question by mistake. It has come.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
Adil, like you would like to have questions in between, or
Yes, I would like to have questions in between, sir.
yeah. So, on behalf of the students, actually, today, in fact, not today, yesterday, one of the conversation with the students, they asked for, is there any direct internship that we can get, international internships, or what would be the process, like where to work with any industry, like remotely, or going there or taking up internships? Is there any way such kind of things?
So you're talking about internship in foreign country, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I believe there is no such a way that where you can do an internship directly for a foreign company. But yes, once you are enrolled into a master's program back here in USA, after an year of time, you are eligible to enroll as an intern in any of the IT industry. As a student, you can go and join as an intern once you are enrolled into any master's college. And coming to the point where is there any chance to work for US company as a full time? Yes, there is a chance. But for example, in a case scenario, Infosys, let's take Infosys. Yeah, Infosys, if you work for Infosys for 5 to 6 years and you deliver all your work and services on time and precisely according to matrices and everything, you will be eligible for an on-site role where Infosys will sponsor everything. After 5 to 6 years of working, Infosys will sponsor your H1B, and then you will be working in US or Canada, wherever you wish for on-site role. These are the two options which I see.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Adil. There is a question from one student asking about how to identify the best universities or colleges in their particular field of study.
That's a very good question. Yes, I will answer to that.
Yeah.
If you search, for example, if any of the student is trying to get into a master's degree in USA, so first you need to find out whether the university is a public university or a private university. Basically, public universities are owned by the government itself, and those are the best universities, all the public universities. And whereas the private universities are also good, but they sometimes tend to have some form of malpractice or something that which may cause you a visa issue in future, your work authorization issue in future. So I would recommend to firstly opt for public universities. It is difficult to get admission into public universities, but it's worth it. You have to only choose the public universities, and also you have to see how old the university is, and the location of the university, and the number of students, there multi-language students should be there, multicultural students. Let's suppose, see, 20% from India and 20% from China and 20% Canadians. Like this, you should always search the ethnicity of the college students, what percentage of the ratio is. For example, if it is all 80% of them are Chinese or 80% of them Indians, then it would be a problem for you to adjust in the college and getting proper training and education there. Make sure that is diverse community present in the college, and it is a public college, and the college should be pretty old.
Great.
And also you can refer to any of your friends, like any of your previous seniors or anyone who has already studied at the college. They would definitely recommend you the college. So one of the college I would recommend is George Mason University, which one of my friend graduated. Yeah, that's a pretty good college for masters in IT. Yes, please, Suresh sir.
Okay, great. And question is about getting a financial aid in particular university. What are the ways and means, or what are the steps to be followed as a engineering graduate?
Engineering. Great. First of all, in order to get an admission, I'll tell you the whole process in briefly. Okay. Suppose as a fresher, I'm going to join George Mason University. So first, I need to write my IELTS score, IELTS test, which will cost you around 16,000 Indian rupees or something. After that, and you have to get a good score in order to get an admission there. And also you have to take out all the transcripts of your degrees. All the transcript of the degrees and all, and you have to send this IELTS test report card along with your what do you call degrees copy and everything to George Mason University, and then they will decide. They will take approximately, every university will take approximately 2 months, 2 months in order to make a decision on your application. So once you are selected, once they accept you as an student, then they will ask you for financial documents. Financial documents can be obtained in two ways. First way, if you have 25 to 30 lakhs in your bank account, that's well and good. Take a bank statement and send it back to the university. They will again after that they will send your I-20. I-20 is nothing but your admission letter, where you have to take the I-20 and go for visa application. Simple. Suppose if you do not have 20-30 lakhs in your bank account, then there are private firms. One of them is HDFC Credila. They provide student loan without any collateral. And also this money which you take, the 30 lakhs of amount which you take from HDFC Credit, I'm just giving an example. This can be repaid after 3 years. This only for student. This loan is only for student, and there is no collateral to it. So it's a free loan, but the interest rates will be a bit higher than the government banks, but it's okay. And also you will not be charged any EMIs until 3 years. Only you have to pay the basic simple interest, which will be around 10,000 rupees a month for the next 3 years. So you have 3 years basically, and your education gets over in about 2 years, let's say. So you have 1 year of buffer, in which 1 year you will definitely secure a job. With the job, you can pay off your loan. That's how all the students do here. Got that? Any other questions,
Great.
students?
Yeah, there is a question about how to balance both work life and education.
Work life and education. Work life means
I think they're
is
talking about
anyone?
part-time jobs, it seems.
I'm sorry.
I think they are talking about part-time jobs.
Okay. First of
Yeah.
all, if you're applying for USA, doing a part-time job is illegal for initial 1 year. So don't think of it. Yes, you can. There are ways you can do part-time, but I don't recommend it. But you can do the part-time. Yes. Because okay, let's be honest here. Even I was a student back in 2015 when I went. Even I have worked for part-time after 1 year of of my degree. I was working under a professor, basically. We can do that, like assistant lecturer, you would say. That's called as internship within the college. So basically, in the third semester when I applied, I got selected by my professor. I need to apply the job application to the professor. Professor saw my background credentials and everything, my education record and everything, and I was under a kind of apprentice. What I used to do is basically I used to correct the midterm question papers and all those stuff. So I was also getting paid $1,500 a month as a stipend. Apart from that, my fourth semester fee was waived off as well. So this is the good way to approach for a work-life balance. Now coming to the student question, how do you do the part-time and how do you study and everything? So here, okay, here in US or Canada, the classes are not for full day only. There are only 3 classes, yeah, maximum 3 classes a week. Each class will have only 3 hours. It can be morning 9 to 12, or it can be evening 6 to 3. It depends upon the college. The college will select and depends upon the course and the faculty itself. So basically, you're going in a week, you're going to the college for 9 hours in total. That's it. So rest of the time is free for you. You can do whatever you want. And currently, the part-time job market in US is a little bit rough. I would say it will at least take any student once arrived to US as a master student. It will take approximately 3 to 6 months to secure a part-time job.
Great. A question about enhancement of technical skills. What are the ways of enhancing the technical skills and programming languages?
That's a good question. Yes. So basically, there are some websites such as Udemy, or I personally use Linux Academy. So in that, there will be lot of new courses which you can follow. It's a step-by-step procedure. It will automatically, it will guide you. It will take you to a demo. It will give you a demo session and everything. And afterwards, where you can practice it. And coming to how to improvise, this is a tool which I'm talking about, Linux Academy. But how to improvise means you have to check the latest trends in the market. Just Google which company is using what tool. What tool is the latest tool? For example, you can try to compare cloud platforms such as which cloud is better. Amazon is better, or Google Cloud is better, or Azure Cloud is better. So it depends. It depends upon the company, and it depends upon the requirement of the project, what cloud they need, because every cloud offers different diverse what do you call different services. In the same way, the programming languages, for sure, the basic programming languages I would say is Python and Java. These are the basic must to have, after which you can go ahead with other programming languages such as Fast API or Golang or anything like that. But the basics are Python and everything. Now, yeah, you have to search the current trend which is running in the market. Based on that, and what stream would you like to go? Suppose if you want to be a database engineer, so for database there is different. There is PostgreSQL, like MySQL, or depend. And also, if anyone wants to be a developer, it can be Android or Android developer. He can go for C#. If anyone wants to be iOS developer, he can go with Java or something. So it all depends upon the current market trend, I would say that.
One question is about how can I build a strong online presence through LinkedIn?
Through LinkedIn. Okay. As you're freshers, I don't think, but it's good to have a LinkedIn account. It's good to have a LinkedIn account, but you don't have enough connections, I believe, because once you start working, you start building your connections. But initial days, you just have an account. What I would suggest is to have a personal website. There are free personal websites where you can create online. It's basically your resume with your picture and your achievement, what you have done in a digital format. Just put that link onto your resume and forward it to the recruiter. That should work. So for to get into LinkedIn, you can have an account, but you must make contacts with the other recruiters as well as if you have any seniors such as me or any alumni, you can just keep on adding them. It builds your LinkedIn profile good. So any of the alumni can recommend you, or he can suggest a job where is an opening for you, which you don't know, or anyone who is hiring, any alumni who is hiring, they can offer you a job maybe. That can also happen. So it's good to have a LinkedIn account, but it takes time to build your profile. That's what I would say.
Yeah. One question is about doing masters after working for some years or immediately after graduation. Which one is beneficial?
Okay, that's a good question. It depends upon the person, Suresh sir. Like, if you are very much, like I would say, if you are good at the basic things such as basic cloud services, basic IT, how IT infrastructure works and everything, and you know, basic programming languages, scripting languages, the basic tools of database and everything, then I would recommend, yes, you can go directly for masters. And if you have any question or doubt whether I can perform in USA, because USA, they expect you to perform a lot better than back how we work in India. They expect a lot from us here in USA. So basically, yes, I would recommend to have at least 1.5 to 2 years of experience into IT industry back in India and then apply for masters. So basically, I will give you a case example of one of my cousin. Okay. So he was also working into IT industry. He worked for 2 years and he got he comes from a middle class family or like that. So what he did was he for 2 years he worked for an IT industry. He saved his money and he started applying for the US universities with his own money. He never depended on his parents and all. The only thing he needed was the loan, the bank loan. So he went back to HDFC Credila and he got the loan. It's just that the parent have to be a guarantor on the papers for the loan. That's it. And now he's in USA, and it's been about a year for him now. So after in the next 1 year, he should be getting a job. So he never relied on his parents, and he did everything on his own. So even his fees, I heard that he's doing some part-time job, so he's paying off his fees as well. He's not taking the loan from. Initially, they take the loan of 10 to 15 lakhs in installments. If the sanction is for 30 lakhs, they only take 15 lakhs for the first 2 semester fee. So after first 2 semester, they get used to USA, they find a part-time job, they do the job, and they pay their third semester and fourth semester fee by their own. So they don't take additional loans. Once they secure the job, they pay off the loan back in India. That's how it works here.
Great, Adil. There is a question about mechanical students, their career prospects in IT sector.
It's very good. Actually, that's a very good question. Back in 2015, after I did my master's and everything, I joined a company named as Hilton Worldwide. So that was my first day. I found one of our sub-juniors, KGRCET. He's a mechanical student. I forgot his name. He was working there as a junior developer. So he was mechanical. He shifted into IT. I asked him, why did you shift from mechanical to IT? The reason he gave me was back in USA, the pay of mechanical engineer is less where compared to IT. So an IT person, a starting level IT person will earn around $6,000 to $7,000 a month, whereas a mechanical engineer will earn around $5,000 a month. So that is a $2,000. Okay. So, and moreover, IT jobs are easy to find, whereas mechanical jobs, it's difficult to find. And it's like a government job back in India. You need to find a mechanical job. It's like finding a government job here in USA. So people have pivoted from mechanical to IT. That's the example which I gave, KGRCET Junior. So he did it. He's pretty much doing well. Yeah. So there is 100% chance you can pivot anytime from mechanical to IT. There won't be any problem. The only problem is getting into the college first. For mechanical students, okay, if you are a computer, I'll give you another case scenario. If you are a computer science student, it will be easy for you to get admission for a master's in computer science. But if you are a mechanical student, it will be difficult for you to at least get an admission. If you get an admission, that's well and fine. If why it will be difficult means if you get an admission as a mechanical student, there will be elective subjects. Elective subject means you have to go through some other extra subjects. You have to clear those, then only they will give you a proper admission. Until and unless they won't give you an admission. So those electives can be taken from India and online. Basically, those are IT kind of online exams which you have to pass. If you pass them, then they will provide you an admission for mechanical students. And those exams will cost you fee as well. That's a lot of money, around 2 to 3 lakhs. If you get an elective, it may or it may not happen, depends upon the college electives.
Great. One more question about, is there any difficulty in finding a job after shifting from non-IT to IT?
Is there any difficulty in shifting the
of
job?
getting a job
I did not
in
understand.
IT sector from non-IT? Actually, he's currently working in non-IT sector. He wants to settle in IT.
Very good.
So
there is option, definitely. First thing, learn the basic things which I said: programming language, scripting language, databases, how IT functions, what is a DevOps and all. Do something, create a website or prove something so that you can put some of your achievement into the resume. As a fresher, when you're joining, you have to put something on your resume. See, I have recruited I have taken interviews of many fresher students and everything. The first thing as a recruiter, what I say is, what is the achievement they have done? I'm not talking about the college projects. College projects, yes, you can put it as an achievement, but apart from college project, what you have done on your own, that shows what hard work you have done. And this all can be put it into one URL or a Git repository, all your work, and put that link into your resume. That makes a lot of weightage. That will take you a class from all the others. That's what we see as a recruiters.
One more question from Mr. Purna. He's asking about which university is best for masters in Australia, actually.
Australia, I'm not sure. I'm only aware of Canada and USA.
Okay. Irrespective of on-site opportunities, how to get a job in US or Canada? That's one more question.
I haven't come across with anyone who has directly applied from India and got a job in USA. I haven't come across anyone, and I don't think that's possible at this early stage. Without any experience or anything, I don't think that it is possible. But yes, until and unless you are a PhD holder or you are recognized by some government body or some educational institute, you are recognized and you have special, special qualities in you, then the companies will consider you to work. That is called as an O visa. That's not IT related visa. That's an O visa, which you get. It means that you're exceptional from everyone. So you're superhuman, basically. Then only they will take. Otherwise, they won't take.
Okay. Next question is about the internships or projects or certifications are mandatory to get a good university, get into a good university.
No, not really. Not really. I'm keeping things honest here. Yes, universities don't see that. It adds to a good weightage to your profile, but it is not compulsory to have all those. You just have to have a good IELTS score. That's it. To get an admission, the best IELTS score you get, the best university you will be able to choose. If your IELTS score is less, you will get a cheaper university or anything. I personally believe no matter what a good university or a bad university is, it all depends upon the person. What qualities do you have and what kind of knowledge do you gain. If you are studying from a top university, which is called as Ivy League colleges here, if you are paying around 50 lakhs to 1 crore, with the same degree, if I'm studying for a 30 lakh course, I also get the same degree, but it all depends upon the market, how you present yourself. That is also important. And how much knowledge do you gain? That is also important. So don't think that if I get admission into a good university, I will get the job easily. And it's nothing like that. You should have some qualities in you. That's what I was mentioning since the start of this live session. So make sure you're prepared enough before you take your career's next step. First, build yourself, then take your decision what to do next. So in order to build yourself, you have to go through, especially about IT, you have to go through programming language, scripting languages, IT sector functioning, ITSM, ITIL, and everything. Basic stuff you have to know, have knowledge on this, and then take your decision. That's what I would recommend.
The question is about should I be involved in extracurricular activities in order to get a good job?
Like extracurricular activities in order to get a good job means,
or seminars, workshops.
I would say not really recommended. I would say, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, build something of your own, like some form of infrastructure, IT infrastructure, which you can build for free by logging into AWS or Azure or GCP. You can build some form of infrastructure there for free of cost. And you can present that into a URL or a website and put that URL onto your resume and tell the hiring manager that I have built this. That puts a lot of weightage on your resume rather than putting a workshop. It is good to have a workshop or internship thing or anything, but to be honest, in the present market as a hiring managers, we don't much concentrate on that. We just see how much technical skills do you have, and moreover the soft skills as well. Soft skills in the sense you have to be presentable enough physically and verbally as well. If you have a poor kind of English, and we think as a recruiters, we think that you may not be able to fit into the environment, we don't select, irrespective of if you're technically very strong. Also, if your soft skills are bad, you will be difficult for getting a job. So you have to maintain both technical skills as well as soft skills, which I would say.
Question is about GRE, TOEFL, IELTS. Which one I have to take?
Sure. It depends upon the university which you apply first. So some universities, they don't require GRE. Some universities, they do require GRE. And IELTS is a must. IELTS is basically an English test, whereas GRE is an aptitude test. So most of the universities which currently the trending universities in Canada and USA, they don't require GRE. 85% of them don't require a GRE. And IELTS is compulsory, but IELTS will cost you around 16,500 or something. But whereas some colleges started adapting for English test named as Duolingo. Duolingo will cost you around 5,000 or something. That is also acceptable, either IELTS or Duolingo. I would say the current trend, Duolingo is the easiest way to get the score. I will always compare Duolingo as good compared to IELTS for the current trend. So I would say go with Duolingo test.
Great. One student is asking about how to impress an HR.
Good. You don't need to impress HR. You need to impress me, hiring managers. HR will decide only your salary and your work timings and all. So, okay, fun apart, you have to be presentable to the HR. Okay, always be soft spoken. You have to be nicely dressed, well dressed with the HR, and do not overcommit to the HR that I will work very hard for this company. I'll work extra hours and all. They don't want that. They only want you to work for 8 hours. Just tell the HR that I'll only work for 8 hours, and that's it. The HR will be impressed by you because you know the industry standards. So you don't need to impress an HR. You need to impress hiring manager or the technical recruiter.
There's one guy, Mr. Sam, he mentioned about what are the reasons and conveniences for Indian students who are being deported from the US.
That's a very good question. Yes, I have heard that. I have seen that. Some of my friends have been a victim of that. Basically, it all depends upon the university which you choose. As I mentioned, there are two type of universities. One is public, another one is private. So, as I told you, there are some wrongful things which may happen in private university, because for the sake of admission, they may do some form of illegal activities here in US. I'm talking about the college management may perform some illegal activities on you for your admission purpose, and some document they may forge or something. That is one of the reason students get deported. That's why I always advise all the students to choose public universities compared to the private universities. Public universities are a little bit 10-20% higher in fees, but they're good. But whereas private, they charge you 20% less, but it's more risky to join those universities. So if any form of paper is what you call forged or anything, the customs will deport you. The immigration services will deport you. That's one of the reasons that's happening here. Suppose I'll tell you an example, a case scenario. As I told you, to pay the fee, there are two options, right? One is you can take a loan from a bank, HDFC, or you can show your own proof of funds, which I mean to say, which you have around 30 lakhs in your bank account. You just need to go to the bank and ask the bank to give you a letter stating that you have so and so amount in your account. And that letter you will be sending out to universities. What if you, as a student, you have forged and generated what you call a fake document which contains fake everything, and you get admission on that, and if the management of the college, they found out that you have presented a fake document, then of course they will deport you. So don't do such kind of things, which I would say. It's a case scenario I'm giving. Yes.
There's a question from final year student. They want to know the current job trends for the 2024 batch, final year students.
Okay. Yes. The good paying job is cloud and DevOps role for now. That's a good pay job, but it's not given easily to a fresher. If it is a startup company, they may consider you, but if you're going for a big companies, they may not consider a fresher for cloud or DevOps jobs. That's the current trend in the market right now. What I recommend is just join as a database administrator or a programmer. So in order to get these are the basic entry level jobs, which I would say for to get into IT. So you have to be a programmer or a DBA or what you call Scrum Master or some Scrum Master. Yep. So basically learn Java and Python again. So that will be a easy gateway to get into IT for you as a fresher. But once you gain a year or 2 years of experience, then you can move to cloud and DevOps. So the cloud and DevOps market is not gonna come down for the next 10 years. It's gonna stay like this only, which I would say.
Great, Amit. A question from one civil student. He is asking about how to get into IT as a civil engineering student.
Oh, this is a new one for me. Civil engineering student want to get into an IT. Yes, you can get into IT. Learn some courses, do some certifications, but it will be difficult for you initially. But you have to try. Once you have to keep on trying. Maybe you may have to give 20 interviews or 30 interviews. I have seen people giving 40 interviews as well. They don't get a job. But eventually, once you try, you will definitely get a job. I have seen many cases like that. One of the cases I just gave you, a mechanical student back here in USA from KGRCET. He pivoted, he got a job. So why can't the civil pivot? It all depends upon you as a person. How much knowledge do you gain? How much certifications do you put onto your resume and all? And what all things you have done in your free time after you graduated? Did you learn anything? These are all the things which the hiring manager will see. Irrespective of your civil, you're applying for IT job. See, basically, what a hiring manager needs. What are my needs? I need a person. This 1 and 2, 3. These 3 points are my requirements. I know that he needs to be good in Java. He should know the corporate environment. He should be good at speaking English, soft skills, and everything. These are 3 points which I see basically. And I will definitely ask. I'll never ask you what you have learned in civil based on your engineering, and I will never ask you that question. What are my requirements? I'll just ask you that question. I'll ask you some questions on Java. If you have applied as a Java developer, I'll definitely ask you one questions on Java. If you are able to answer all my questions, definitely I'll hire you, irrespective of IT, civil or mechanical or anything. You know the concept or not? That's what we want as a hiring manager.
Adil, there is a question about how to clear first round of technical written test.
Practice. Technical written test. For example, if you are going for a programming Python scripting written test, so you have to practice. They will give you a case scenario. Basically, the questions are like, I hope some of you are computer science students here. So basically, in the first year or second year, there will be a program called C programming or something like that. There you will have a set of different basic programs or anything you have to script. It's in the same way. They will give you the programs over there, ask you to write in Python. So you have to be familiar with Python and practice before you attempt those tests. You have to go from basic. You go to YouTube. I'm recommending to all the students. You go to YouTube. There will be a session of 3 hours or 4 hours of sessions. For example, Edureka or something. Those are free sessions. You can go and view them and start practicing by yourself. Just practice for 1 hour. I would recommend. I know it's difficult for as a student at this point of time. Just practice for half an hour or 1 hour every day for at least 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I'm sure you will be proficient enough, and you'll be confident enough to answer any of the questions in an interview. So basically, if you give your time to yourself at this point of time, your future will be bright and easy. I'll tell you a case example of mine. So for my initial days when I was a fresher, I used to continuously work for 2 years. Even on my day off, I used to go to my office. I worked very hard. After I did my master's and everything, I got into a job. I proved myself in the job on the first 1 year. And after that, they promoted me as a senior cloud architect. And now what I do, I hardly attend 2 meetings. I hardly work 1 hour on the laptop. That's it. Once you prove yourself, you'll be settled. That's what I mean. So these are the initial 2 years, which I would suggest to all the students. Work hard, give time to your education, to your knowledge. Try to gain knowledge at this point of time. After you prove yourself for the next 2 years, you will be very much successful in the coming down your life, which I would say. This is all based on my experience, and yeah, pretty much.
Great, Adil. Your final comments or recommendations?
Yes, that's all. Yeah, pretty much. So, guys, whether it can be a master's or anything, or it can be a direct job, current job, getting as a fresher, getting a job as a fresher is quite difficult, as we all know. But if you have something, skills apart from others, if you have a separate skill, think differently. Don't go in a routine way. Think something different. What is the current market trend? As I told you, cloud with DevOps. Get onto it. Learn something from it, and then put that on your resume. Build a website for yourself and show the recruiters that I have done this. I have done this. They will recognize your work and they will offer you a job. So until unless you sell yourself, you prove yourself, you will not get a job. Okay, keep trying harder and harder. You will definitely get a job. And coming to moral things, see, I've seen people who are like unemployed for around 6 months or 1 year or something like that. So don't be sad. I would recommend to the students, just gain knowledge in the meantime. The more you gain knowledge, the more chances are for you to get a job as soon as possible. That's all, folks, from my end. Daniel sir or Suresh sir, anything else from your end?
Great, Mr. Adil. I think, yeah, those are the questions what students have posted, and it's time to wrap up. Happy evening, everyone. All the faculty and aspiring engineers who joined for the session, and even Ms. Radil, out of your valuable time, you have joined. So I just want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the esteemed alumnus, Mr. Radil, for his time, sharing your valuable knowledge and expertise with the current student community of KGRCET. At the same time, I think you have enlightened about a complete the valuable insights about the job market. At the same time, how to make a career path, how to shape the career path, what are the technologies, what the students have to learn in order to get succeed in the either in the job market or higher education sector. So I think you have instilled a sense of purpose and the direction what the complex world of job hunting and higher education sector what students are facing. I think it's definitely the students are getting benefited through your insights, and we would like to convey heartfelt gratitude to the KGRCET alma mater, the Alumni Association, for taking time and coming back to giving back to what their alma mater by imparting valuable insights and guidance is truly commendable. I think on behalf of the entire KGRCET family, we would like to thank you, Mr. Adil, for taking time and giving back to the KGRCET. Thank
That's
you.
not a problem. Thank you, Suresh sir. Thank you all the students who have been patiently listening to our conversations. And I wish all the students best of luck for the future endeavors. And thank you, Daniel sir, for organizing all this. And if any student wants to have any other questions or doubt, they can reach out to me on my LinkedIn profile. Just add me and send me a message. If you have any questions, I will answer you there on LinkedIn.
Great, Mr. Adil. We'll share your LinkedIn profile with all the students so that they will be in touch with you. Yeah.
So that sounds good. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful evening.
Good day, Mr. Adil. Bye-bye.